Alright, so this is the element and compound foldable that you're going to be creating. Here's our joke. How often do you like jokes about elements? Periodically. Get it? Periodic table of elements. I'm glad you like it. Alright, so what you're going to have for this station is this handout. Get into focus. There we go. And you will also have a strip of these boxes that have elements and compounds inside them. You also will need your colored pencils. So I have a red, an orange, a green, and a blue colored pencil. What I started with is I looked at the description of the column. So we have a pure element. The example is oxygen. I have a pure compound, which is carbon dioxide. A mixture of the elements, which is oxygen and helium. A mixture of compounds, which is alcohol and water, and then I have a mixture of elements and compounds. So the word mixture we haven't seen before. A mixture is a substance that contains two or more substances that are not chemically combined, whereas a compound is chemically combined. So that's the difference there. Think of a mixture as like a fruit salad. There's a bunch of different fruits that are mixed together, but they still have their own properties. So if you have watermelon, cantaloupe, apple, strawberries, all mixed together in a fruit salad, they still maintain their own properties. So same as a mixture of elements or compounds, or elements and compounds. So what I started with is I have each color representing one of the elements. So we have blue representing the oxygen, red is representing the carbon, orange is representing the helium, and then on this paper, the dark circles that are together, we're going to say that's the nitrogen, and then the smaller dark circles are going to be our hydrogen. Alright, so what I did was I colored the first square that has the two circles together, oxygen. I colored those blue. And then whenever I saw these two shades of the same circle, I colored them blue as well. So there's some there. There are also some here. And oxygen is here connected to carbon, which we're going to color the carbon red. And then I have oxygen here. Okay. There are also more carbons there, and we'll talk about that in a second. Then we colored the helium orange. So there's some helium here. And that's all the other place that we have the helium. And like I said, the red was carbon, so we had red here, 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 and here. After you color, you're going to cut out these pictures, and then we're going to place them right here onto our graphic organizer. So our first asks for the oxygen. The oxygen is going to be this, pure oxygen, O2. So you're going to cut this out and place it here. Get some glue or tape. Our next one asks for carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is one carbon and then two oxygen atoms. So one carbon, two oxygen atoms. That's what this looks like. So this little square here is going to go into that next part. Oxygen and helium is here. There's our O2s, and then our helium has a single atom. We colored those orange, so that's going to go in the third. Then here comes our mixture of compounds. So alcohol, the compound is C2H6O, and then water, H2O. So let's see if we can find that. Here we go. H2, so two of those little hydrogen atoms, and then oxygen in the middle. So there's our water compound. And then the C2H6O, there's 6 little hydrogen connected to 2 carbon, 1 oxygen. So this is going to go into that second last square. And then our last is a mixture of elements and compounds, and we're talking about the air you breathe. Oxygen, nitrogen, there are water droplets in the air that we breathe, and CO2, carbon dioxide. And that's our last complex mixture here. So this is the nitrogen, these darker circles connected. We have our O2, and then we have our H2O. The two hydrogens are the small circles. The oxygen is the larger circle. And then CO2, carbon, 2 oxygen atoms right there. And so you're going to cut this out and then place this in the last, okay? So again, this kind of just gives another example of what elements look like, what compounds look like, and then what mixtures of elements and compounds look like.